Aquarius workshop, the illusory fear of destruction. I start with a quote of Passwork Lecture 149 with the title Cosmic Pull Towards Evolution. And the quote is as follows. To the degree that the conscious and or unconscious mind of man believes the goal and direction of the pull of the life force to be annihilation, to that degree will it apprehensively and forcefully stem against life itself. This is the most profound reason for man's misconceptions, his illusory fears and guilts, and his negativity and destructiveness. End of quote from Passwork Lecture 149. Living in duality, due to self-alienation, through ego identification, creates the illusory fear of destruction, unbearable tension, feelings of superfluousness and meaninglessness. It is only when we let go of trust in the ego's fear, pride and self-will, and use the ego to reconnect with the true self, that we will find true security, safety and peace. Life calls us to follow this path of development to Aquariusman and to feel through our illusory fears. But the fearful, proud and self-willed ego lives primarily on the dualistic level of consciousness and compulsively focuses on the outside world. In fact, we do everything we can to strengthen our ego identification, and we turn a deaf ear to the inner voice. We resist the call of the cosmic life stream that carries us to all that is safe, joyful and good. This resisting attitude causes a deep illusory fear of destruction, but we refuse to understand this signal. We only really understand that call of life when we examine our illusions for truth, when we have the courage to develop into a better person by contributing to life. Then we no longer care about making an impression or demanding approval and recognition. Then we know who we really are, and we identify with the true self. In this workshop, we will explore with a loving curiosity the illusory fear of destruction through 3 themes from the Passwork lectures. The first theme, going through the fear of destruction. We see fear as an enemy, when the real enemy is our misconception-based destructive thoughts and emotions. Fear of fear makes fear even greater. Acknowledging, allowing, accepting, and moving through the fear expels the fear. Pride and self-will cause fear. Without fear of losing faith or fear of losing control, there would be no pride and self-will. When we go through the fear of destruction, we will find that fear is completely unnecessary and that we are safe under all circumstances. The following quote is from Passwork Lecture 128. The truth is that there is nothing to fear. There is no suffering. You may arrive at this conclusion by finding it unnecessary to accept suffering, and you may succeed in shedding the fear. Or you may arrive at the same conclusion by having to go through the fear in order to find out that it was an illusion. Behind a wall of apparent suffering, of annihilation and fear, stands the spiritual reality of eternal, unchanging bliss. End of quote of Pathwork Lecture 128. The second theme. Let go of your misconceptions. The growth process is a spiral movement in time and space towards unity. But on the dualistic level of consciousness, there is a fundamental resistance to this growth process. The ego believes in the misconception that letting go of this dualistic level of consciousness is dangerous, and this fear of destruction, even greater than the fear of death, exists deep beneath all misconceptions and neuroses. The following quote is from Pathwork Lecture 143. Each time you loosen up, it will become a little easier, and the climate in your psyche is more auspicious for the final total awakening into your inner center of all life, all truth, of the unified good of creation. Every step in this direction abandons another misconception, and each misconception represents another burden. The giving up of what first seemed like security and protection from annihilation will now be disclosed as what it really is: burden, suffering, imprisonment. End of quote of Pathwork Lecture 143. The last and third theme. Fear disappears through identification with yourself. In the areas where we are free of ego identification, move in a relaxed manner, and have formed a positive magnetic energy field, we identify with the true self and allow ourselves to be guided by the true self. We confidently experience the loving care of the universe. We enjoy giving life our best. We feel the positive vibration of the life force, and we know that we are worthy of all fulfillment. The last quote is from Pathwork Lecture 189. The moment you experience that you are that which observes and not that which is being observed, there is no longer need to annihilate yourself, to have no other existence but the fraudulent mask, or the hateful demon, or the petty selfish egoist. So, self-identification removes the terror of annihilation, not just death, but annihilation. This is different, as you may all sense. End of quote from Pathwork Lecture 189. For more information, look at my website. I wish you peace and all the best. Thank you.